What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So Joe Biden spoke just a little while ago, and I want to outline some of the new information that he brought up during his speech. Now, if you didn't get a chance to see the video that I did earlier today, as soon as the reports came out that the bill was revealed by Bloomberg and a few other media outlets, I put all that information together and I outlined every single thing in that video. So make sure you go and watch it. That'll be the first link down in the description box below. First, I just want to clear up some stuff. This is a $1.9 trillion stimulus package. There are some media outlets out there saying that this is a multi-trillion-dollar stimulus package. And essentially, this is going to be a very large package from the Biden administration. But they're breaking this up. They're breaking up stimulus and they're breaking up infrastructure. So right now, those two bills are going to be separate. Just want to clarify that because right now, what we're hearing is this is not going to be very much for the American people. But this is. This is about $1 trillion in direct payments to the American people. You see what's in the title. You got $1,400 stimulus checks. We have up to a $3,600 child tax credit. And we also have up to $11,200 in unemployment benefits. And this is just part of what's to come. So what we do know, and again, this is something I want to address because right now a lot of people are kind of upset that, well, why are Democrats proposing a $1.9 trillion stimulus package when they know Republicans are not going to go for it? Republicans are not going to go for many things that are in this package. Here's the thing. Democrats have the power at this point to do something called a budget reconciliation. What this allows them to do is pass bills through the Senate without a single Republican vote. So yes, Democrats can pass this bill. They have the majority in the House as long as every single Democrat votes for it. They will get it passed through the House. As long as every single Democrat votes for this in the Senate, they will have 50 votes. The Senate is also made up of 50 Republicans. If every single Republican votes no, it would be tied 50-50. The tiebreaker would go to Kamala Harris. So it would be in favor of Democrats 51-50. With that said, it would pass as long as it's through a budget reconciliation. Now, we do expect to see negotiations. Joe Biden said he wants this to be a bipartisan stimulus package. Because of that, this is going to lead to negotiations. We will probably see that over the next couple of weeks. Now, currently reports indicate that the soonest we could see a stimulus package passed, based on what Joe Biden said, the way he worded certain things, we don't expect stimulus checks to even be seen until February. The chances of this happening the first week of February is still fairly small. The chance of this package happening in February is fairly big. They're saying we should see this happen probably in the first couple of weeks of February. My hope is we see the stimulus negotiations happen tomorrow. We see them pass a bill on the 19th. We see it go into effect and people get checks by the end of January. That's my hope. But that's a long shot. I don't see that happening. Now, again, if you didn't get a chance to see the video that I did earlier to outline everything that's in this, because in this video, I'm going to skip a lot of the stuff that doesn't really change. So I just want to address the new information that Joe Biden pretty much outlined in his speech. So again, if you didn't get a chance to see the entire video of what's in this package, it will be the first link down in the description box below. Okay, so what's new? Here's what's new. First off, we know the goal with this package is to get the American people vaccinated. That's the ultimate goal. And everything that's in this package kind of points to that indication that, okay, yes, we need to get vaccinated. There's more money for vaccines. There's more money for distribution. There's more money for testing. There's a lot of money in there just for the pandemic. But then we also have money for relief. First, Joe Biden is demanding a $15 federal minimum wage. This is over double. It's 2 times what the current federal minimum wage is at $7.25. Now, we do not know, and we did not get any clarity here as to when this would go into effect. Would it be phased in over the next year? Would it, as soon as the bill is signed into law, would that be the date? Every single person in the United States would go from $7.25 federal minimum wage to now $15? We don't know. I don't anticipate that would. because I think that would crush many businesses. And I think a lot of people would then be on unemployment, because I guarantee many businesses would let people go. We also know there's a $1,400 second stimulus check. This will be most likely going out to as an amendment to that $600 stimulus check. It would be a $2,000 amendment. What we do know is all dependents are included. This means children and adults. That is good. He did not provide any clarification as to whether or not their income limitations will stay the same. Will they still be $75,000 per individual and $150,000 for a married couple? We do not know. We also have no idea if this check can be garnished if you're behind on child support or if you have other payments. We have no idea. And we still don't know if this amendment is going to go off of 2019 tax returns, or will they be looking at 2020? Again, it all depends on when this package is passed. What I can tell you right now is if this passes as an amendment, it will go off of 2019 tax returns. But if this is a new bill and it doesn't get passed for potentially months, this could go off of 2020. We could also see this go into effect as a tax rebate. Okay, we could see it come back to us once we file taxes. But the problem there is you will have to file taxes. So there's a lot of issues here, and we don't have a lot of clarifications on this stuff just yet. It just came out. As I know more, I promise I'll share more. Also, the $3,600 or the $3,600 child tax credit. This will be $3,600 for every child from 0 to 5. It will also be $3,000 for every child from 6 to 17. The current income limitation here, which is currently stands at $2,000. It's a $2,000 child tax credit. The limitation, if you make over $150,000, then it actually gets phased out. Or I think it just completely ends. It's one of the two. That's the current income limit. However, the new bill says it's going to be an increase to $200,000 if you're single, $400,000 if you're married filing jointly. So let's say you're married and you have 2 kids, then great. Let's say they are both 8 and 10, then you'd get $6,000 as a child tax credit, and you're married, so you can make up to $400,000. Not bad. Also, according to Bloomberg, this is Bloomberg, this wasn't Joe Biden that said this, this will be a refundable tax credit. This means, and let me just give you a little example. I wrote it down here because this can be confusing. If you, let's say you have, you owe $5,000 in taxes. At the end of the year, you owe $5,000 in taxes. But you have, let's say, 3 kids, one's 7, one's 9, and one's 10. 3 kids, right? So that means you're going to get a child tax credit of $9,000. What refundable means is if you have to pay $5,000 back. So okay, you can take away $5,000 from that 9. Now you're left with $4,000 left over. You would end up getting that $4,000 as a refund for your taxes. That's what refundable means. There's non-refundable, which they don't say that's what this is going to be. That would mean if you have $4,000 left over, that pretty much gets wiped away. So this can be huge for families. And again, we don't know when this would go into effect. Would it be now? Would it be for 2020? Or would this go into effect when we file for 2021? We don't know that. That's more clarification, more details that we need. But my guess is we'll get all that once we see an actual bill. This right now is just a proposal. We also know there's going to be $350 billion for state and local government funding. There's another $170 billion for schools. There's an additional 28 weeks of unemployment benefits as well. This is going to begin on March 14th, and this will go all the way through September 30th. However, the way unemployment breaks down, it actually ends on September 26th. This will also increase the limit or the income from $300 per week as an unemployment boost, and it will go up to $100 additionally. Now, all unemployment programs at this point are being considered extended. However, we have not got 100% guarantees on that yet. This is something we still are looking into. Also, it's a big one because I know a lot of people asked in the last video, will this $100 bonus or extra, will that be retroactive all the way back until December 27th? The answer is no. There's no retroactive payment here. However, they could negotiate this into the package once the bill actually comes out. But being this was written by Democrats, I don't anticipate Republicans are going to, negotiate this up and provide even more unemployment benefits. I just don't see that happening. As far as rental assistance, there is more. There's going to be $30 billion additional funding for rental assistance. The proposal said the extension of the eviction moratorium. However, Joe Biden said, and this is where his wording is key, he said next week he will extend this. So the way I take it is he's going to do an executive order on this. And he has the power to do that. So again, that might happen next Wednesday. That's the first day he's going to be in office. So my anticipation is he's going to do that as well as many other things on Wednesday. We also got news that the vaccine distribution funding is included. We knew that was going to be in there, but it's also important to hear. We did get a little bit more information that we could see some type of community center vaccination, type center put together. What this is going to allow people to do, or communities to do, is get people vaccinated quicker. This is something that you could see in like stadiums that aren't being used. You could see this in ballparks that are not being used. You could see this all over the place. So this is a key thing to look out for. There's money here, there's funding here that it should work, and it should kind of speed up the process. Here's some big things that we didn't see. First, we didn't see the $10,000 in student loan forgiveness. Now, everybody is expecting this is going to be in there. We expect it to. I don't see why it wasn't in there yet, unless Joe Biden is just not certain that he wants to include this. However, we did see a report just moments ago saying that the student loan forgiveness is, he does not want to forgive student loan just for the sake of forgiving it. He wants to forgive student loan for those that have been hit the hardest, or those that have a very low income. So if you make $1 million and you have a $50,000 student loan, great, you're still going to have that student loan. But if you make $20,000 per year and you have a $10,000 student loan, he wants to just wipe away that student loan. That's what we're hearing. The other thing we didn't see, and this is something that I am very frustrated about because this was one of his promises that he made early on, was that he's going to provide $200 per month for people on Social Security. Now, the current COLA, cost of living adjustment for people on Social Security, is 1.3%. That's not enough. It needs to be increased. However, even though that's not included in this package, there are multiple reports out today stating that this was not something that is expected to be in the package, but what they're saying is that there are multiple Democrats that are fighting this, and they are planning on proposing a new bill that would add in some additional funding for people on Social Security. So if that's the case, great, I fully support that. Now, I do expect Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer to get on this right away, to start negotiating this bill, putting a bill together. We could see the Problem Solvers Caucus jump in here as well, just to try to ramp up negotiations between both parties. However, right now, the way that Joe Biden talked, again, I've said this already, but I'm going to say it again, the way he spoke, the words that he used, I anticipate that he does not even expect this to happen until sometime in February. That's one of the reasons why I think he's going to sign the federal eviction moratorium. I think he's going to extend that through an executive order, simply because I don't think he's expecting this bill to even get passed before February. Again, it has to go to negotiations. Everything's being kicked back simply because we have to approve cabinet members. And I say we, I'm talking about the Senate. And then there also has to be the impeachment trial for President Trump. So those things are kind of taking precedence over the stimulus negotiations and the talks. But again, that's the way things kind of boil down at this point. So just be aware, we could be going back to the negotiation table. I hate this. The last time we were there for months. It went back and forth and back and forth. Some people blamed them and they blamed those people, and it just went back and forth. So I hope we don't have to go through that. Nobody wants that, but that's where we're at. So just want to thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing so I can continue to keep you updated on everything that's going on, and I'll see you guys on the next one.